Hey, what is up? We are live. Welcome to the channel. We got Scott here. We have a little bit of news. We started releasing the videos yesterday to the public. They're not getting much traction yet, but it's also really early. I'll start posting those in the Discord and I'll actually start advertising them a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk news after we hit the intro. And here we go.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who has thunder in the names, claiming all the kills, flames, names, games. Legion, wrath of fuse, stone age, torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains, infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs, screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
All right. So we're going to go over like the little bit of news that has happened over the last 24 hours. Number one, Rob Havenstein retired from the Rams. That is a reasonable loss. He is a very serviceable tackle for the Rams. So they will have to fill that hole. Brian Callahan is going to be quarterback coach, or he is going to be the passing game coordinator uh, with the Giants. And I know everybody remembers how bad like he was with Tennessee as a head coach, but as a coordinator, he wasn't horrific. So maybe that helps Nagy a little bit. Like I don't necessarily love the hire, but I do think it's like like there's a chance that it works out. I'm not like completely against it. Um, Obviously, they want to keep Max Crosby, and Jets are hiring Bill Musgrave as the quarterback coach. I don't have much information on who Bill Musgrave is myself. I definitely need to look into that a little bit more. But I want to thank everybody for popping in. We have Mufasa. We already said hi to Scott. We have Hartman. We have Hulk. We have our guest for tomorrow on Who's Crew, Pepper Tony. He's already sent me a picture for the thumbnail. We'll get together before chat a little bit. I look forward to it. I'm sure the rest of you look forward to it as well. But I do have some more news coming for the channel here really soon as well. But for now, we are going to enter a big board, and we're going to enter that big board in 15 seconds.
Bestball began erased. We never leave the brine. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right, we are waiting on 5. We still have to enter on our phone. Drafters, by the way, they have put up exposures finally. Like you finally have access to exposures, and I have 62% Omar Cooper Jr. and 40% 40% Emmett Johnson. So I'm right where I want to be. So we have a stand. That's what we're doing. We'll see how it works out in the long run. I don't expect to end at those numbers, but I do expect that those players to fall or to raise as well throughout the process. So this is the big board, and we are waiting on one. These have started to fill a little bit less. I appreciate it, Caddy. Thank you. If you like the videos that like the little videos I made, the one I put out yesterday and the one that I had released 30 minutes ago are ones that I've shown on the channel. But I'm gonna start putting intermixing some of the ones that I haven't. And I'm gonna try like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, because I won't be able to do a draft every day on Friday, Saturday. So just to keep up with the algorithm, I'm going to have videos post on those days. So, and I think I may try to do some of the ones I haven't really shown on those 2 days this weekend. So be sure to check those out if you enjoy them. If not, don't worry about it. It's all good. So we are in, we got the 104. We have Frank here at the 102. We have Alex at the 110. We have Lutz at the 111. We have Champ here at the 107. S. 3000. I believe that they were on PPR Tyler stream drafting and driving yesterday, and they may or may not have taken Omar Cooper Jr. at pick 14. Um, so Lutz, prove to him that you are a better and you are a bigger Omar Cooper fan. Yeah, Lutz is not having any luck with the early picks at all. And I'm kind of leaning. I know I was saying that I think top five are much better. I'm kind of leaning that I think top four are significantly like I'm going to take JSN at five, but I do think it's an argument at this point. I mean, we're either one of these. It doesn't matter who we get. We're definitely one of these two. I hadn't seen Frank, I think, pick up top. I don't know if that was a pick for exposure reasons or if that is their actual rankings. What's up, Jamie? How we doing? Uh, I wasn't really available yesterday during Nick Nice and Blunt stream. Uh, I popped in and I had other things going on, but I stayed in there, so that's why I wasn't chatting very much. But something that this is a big board. Number wise, I think it's 31. I I don't know if I've got the four spot yet either in underdog. Um, so the news I was saying for the channel, we I reached out to Steve. Like, so we did a recap show every like the first I think 11 weeks up until the week before Thanksgiving. We basically done a recap show of the NFL games, and people seem to like it. It went on a long time. I want a much more like streamlined version of a show like that to where him and I and probably we haven't decided yet if it's going to be a solid third piece or if it's going to be somebody like the third seat, like somebody that just comes in like a random third person every week. But we're going to pick a topic. We already have the topic for the first week, and we're going to do a deep dive on data into a specific question about fantasy football. And we have the idea for the first week, like that. It's the reason I wanted to make the show. But I feel like doing it every week, like take a question that is like discussed throughout a chat, like one of our chats, his or mine, and things that we want to look more into, like things we're not sure if we're correct on and that we want to look more into, and to just do uh, a deep dive on it to see if what we find changes our mind or not. Hey, there he is. And we're going to start that next week. We don't know exactly all the details yet, but next Thursday, that's going to start. It's going to normally be a show on Tuesdays. Next week, the Tuesday doesn't work, but in the future it will be, and not positive it'll be every week or if it'll be every other week, but the weeks that we can make it work, I'm sure we will figure something out for it. And it's not going to be 4 hours like it was with the recap show. I'm assuming we're going to be able to get that done in between 30 and 45 minutes every week. But yeah, I look forward to it. Doing something that's not just drafts. Like that is something I definitely wanted to add to the arsenal. So Derrick Henry, I do like the price. I don't have a ton of him. I usually try to get one of the wide receivers, but I also generally already have a running. I usually have Gibbs or Bijan at that point. Like I have a lot of Gibbs. I think Olave is very mispriced. But I was talking to I did. I was thinking about moving Josh Allen up. I'm fine with Olave. I think Olave is like I think he's about 5 or 6 spots too low. I personally like him. Like I like Nico. After Derrick Henry, I think it's pretty clearly Nico and Olave next. Um, that doesn't mean I always draft it that way, but that's kind of where I'm at. What's up, Victor? How we doing? Yeah, and thanks for the compliment, Steven. Uh, and Jamie as well. I mean, Jamie made the song, like he has with a lot of the songs. Um, but yeah, I've been in the lab making some more of those videos because I enjoy them. No other reason. So we're sitting here in the third round. We have Puka, we have Derrick Henry, we have Olave. I I know not everybody is super in on Scadaboo. I think I'm willing to take the gamble again. I don't. It is a little worrisome if Neighbors is hurt, that the offense may not be as good. And that's an awesome price on Josh Allen. Like that's a really good price on Josh Allen. Especially with where all the other quarterbacks go right now, that has to feel pretty good. I would probably take Josh Allen every time at 36, 37 if he's there. Um, in the current landscape, like you get a little bit of an ADP fall. You're going to have different combinations of players than pretty much anybody else. With the capital you're forced to put into quarterback anymore, like why not go with the elite, especially at a small discount? So I don't know if I'll end up taking Scadaboo there, but I like I was saying, I'm not out on the Scadaboo price. And I need to not take like a lot of my Derrick Henry teams also have Lamar, so I need to not have Lamar there. Now this is the worst spot. Like if JMO goes here and I'm looking at Lamar, I love the Lamar pick, but I don't like it as much with Derrick Henry. Let me get some background music going. So we do get JMO. Nice. All right. Let me set up the background music. Tell me if this is too loud or not. We're gonna use a different background. But like hopefully this beat doesn't like lull me because I could definitely see that happening. And also, how is the volume on it? Let me know. So this is kind of where I think JMO should go, exactly where he went last year. So Frank getting unique here, pulling up Burrow to get the double stack there. I actually don't hate it. Hey, I know this song. I don't get a whole lot of Travion. I prefer the other RBs. Like I prefer Judkins for sure. I actually prefer DeAndre Swift. I don't want zero Travion. I don't, like I said, I don't love the price, but I wouldn't mind being 5 to 6%. And now that he's in the 5th round, because he was going at the end of 4 every draft, and now he's going early 5, which doesn't feel like a big deal, but to me it kind of is. Good to see Eli Henendreach get a combine invite. I don't know who either one of those guys are. Is Heidenreich, is he, I don't know how to pronounce it either. I'm assuming he's a QB. It sounds like a QB name. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. So I've been seeing Drake May fall a lot. Like I've been getting him around 70 today. Like over on drafters, he's falling past 65 a lot. Um, if you do drafters drafts right now, for some reason they're very out on him. I did a draft, like I got a draft earlier where I got him at 70. The draft felt awesome, felt really good. Okay, he's the Navy guy. Okay, over on drafters, I assume. Yeah, I still think Drake May is the QB3 for the year. I just think the original ADP was too high. Now, I understand stacking like Frank did there, like it makes sense. I don't think we're going to get values at quarterback in this room, though. Definitely doesn't feel like a value at quarterback room. I don't take any Marvin Harrison. We're just gonna take Cortland Sutton here. Try to get Bo Nix over in here. Like maybe get Stafford Nix possibly. That would feel fine. Yeah, like well, the same thing's going on with, and this is something I didn't properly do last year. What's up, Steven? Whenever a player is originally ranked too high and then they start falling, like everyone remembers how high the person was. And whenever they start falling to where they should have been ranked originally, they continue to fall. And now what was a terrible pick is now a value. And there are several players like that right now. One of them is Kyle Pitts. Like Kyle Pitts is a guy I've been taking a bunch of as well. And yeah, stacking's hard in these drafts. So like if you wanna make sure to get a combination, just go get it. Nothing wrong with just going and getting it every once in a while. Do I want Tootin here? I don't have, you know what? I have like no Michael Wilson. We're going to take Michael Wilson. So through 7 rounds, we have Puka, Olave, Jamo, Sutton, Michael Wilson, Derrick Henry, and Travion Henderson. I've gotten to where I really, really like the running backs in rounds 8 through 12. So I like having 2 by then, and then just taking 3 or 4 in that range. I feel pretty comfortable whenever that happens. And by the way, if you're just popping in, if you can smash the like, that would be awesome. If you're new to the channel and you end up enjoying the content, think about subbing. We go live most weekdays, not on Fridays, but Monday through Thursday. I'm going to start going live Sunday evenings as well after work. So, and then we're also going to have a show with Steve once a week. And we're going to eventually mix in a show on another channel or two as well, with Candyman and some others as well. So, what's up, Nice and Blunt? By the way, check out their channel as well. Check out Steve on Fanspeak Network. Let me know how to reach you out, like through X or whatever, what your account name is, or on Discord. Just so we could schedule something to do. I'm sure that I would like to have you on this channel or whatever at some point. So would be awesome to be able to try to work something out. So I'm hoping that Stafford makes it back and that Bo makes it back here. I would actually prefer just Bo. I might just take Bo first. I don't know. What's up, Chayato? How we doing, sir? What is that? What kind of symbol is that? I'm not good with emojis. Uh, I was old by the time emojis were invented. All right, so man, this is the price I like Kyle Manungai at. I might, if Manungai makes it to me, I probably take him. Actually, we are aborting the plan. The plan has been aborted. Everybody, we're taking Manungai. I have a hard time taking him at 84. He fell 10 picks. I want pieces of the Bears offense. I don't want zero Manungai. We had a plan. We were sticking to the plan. That plan was still available, and we decided, nah, we don't need it. We need to live by the seat of our pants. We need to just do what feels good in the moment. That's what we need to do here. Whatever feels good in the moment. I thought, okay, it was a Puerto Rico and a girl dancing. Got it. Yeah, I'm also not good with stuff outside of my own world. Like to be 100% honest, I don't pay attention to any kind of news or anything. So since I'm fine with either one of these. I prefer Bo. I think in this situation, like he gives me my Pat Bryant pack stack as well. So we're going to go ahead and take Bo here. So right now we have a 1-3-5-0. We have Bo Nix. We have Derrick Henry, Travion, Kyle Manungai, Puka, Olave, Jamo, Sutton, and Michael Wilson. So we could make that alter because we have Olave. Tyler Shuck is generally available at 117 to 124. We still have the Jacoby Brissett home run swing for Michael Wilson. There's a very small chance that the Amon drafter decides he doesn't want Goff within the next two picks. I mean, I highly doubt that happens. I do know this Amon drafter, and I believe that. Oh, by the way, there's two more people in the draft that I didn't even mention. Is the 7-inch Punisher in here? And Mr. Mufasa, sorry you have no intro here, but Mr. Mufasa there is in the 9-hole. I work with people at Banco Popular, which is a bank in Puerto Rico. Got it. What do you think about the background music? Do you prefer this? Do you prefer the Ducks? What do you guys like? Does it get old hearing it in repeat? Just let me know. Because it's like a 3.5 minute song or music. All right, so Goff does go, fully expected. Matt Stafford goes to the guy who just taking a value, maybe on not on auto because they have Xavier Worthy at 91. So our hope is to get Tyler Shuck and Ecoxer here. Ecoxer 10 has 0 quarterback. So I will take Shuck at 117 if he's available to me. And if he's not, we will probably just take Dalton Kincaid. Whoops, wrong button. A little loud. Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Hey, thank you, Two Mules. Hope you're having a good day. All right, so we got Tyler Shuck here. Like, that's kind of stuff I want to kind of work on. Like, if it's too loud, if it's not. Like, I haven't played that clip. It is a different level of volume than the other, or the that music is a little different. Yeah. We'll figure out what the sound is like. So that was lower than I play the Ducks at what it was before. So it's like significantly lower than that now. I think this kind of sounds about right though, where it's at now. Let me know. Hey, all good. Yeah. It's a work in progress over here on on the channel for sure. Well, it goes up and down. Like it's got different music styles within it. I mean, if Emmett Johnson's here, we take Emmett Johnson, right? That's how this game is played. If he's not there, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, we go ahead and take Emmett Johnson there as running back 4. Like this running back room feels awesome. I'm not behind. Like we're just gonna go 3 late tight ends. This is absolutely going to be a 3-6-8-3. We feel really good at wide receiver. I mean, Puka, Olave, Jamo, Sutton, Michael Wilson. Our running backs are awesome. Derrick Henry. Then we got Travion, Montgomery, and Emmett. Like this feels really good. Two quarterbacks that both have some ability to rush. Like I like this team a lot right now. Hopefully nobody in the room takes somebody who I'm assuming doesn't make it back in Juwan Johnson. I would love to get some more Juwan Johnson, Tyler Shuck stacks. I think that like when this whole thing opened, I think it was like 170. So yeah, and so the chat question is, will Malik Willis leave Green Bay? And the reason I asked that question is because I woke up this morning, looked online, and I seen some stuff that said that like Malik Willis was going to re-sign with Green Bay. And I looked more into it, and I never found any source at all that said anything like that. It was just like a random spot that popped up on my feeds. But I spent some time. I didn't find anywhere that made any. Like it was just one spot, kind of trying to drum up likes or whatever. I assume, or views. So I was just wondering if anybody had seen anything on it. Basically, I couldn't find anything like actually suggesting that was going to be the case. And then I went and I looked at Green Bay's cap room and stuff, and it feels like he's going to get more money than they could pay for a backup quarterback, for sure. All right, well, we're one pick away from getting our boy Juwan Johnson back around, but I mean, we're going to take Juwan Johnson, and we're going to, if Jake Ferg makes it back around, I thought about taking Jake Ferg and then wrapping around and seeing if I could wrap Juwan around. But with Pat Bryant still on the board, I'll just go ahead and see if I can get that. That is such a good value on Jake Ferguson. If I didn't have Shuck, I easily would have taken him. Hey, Two Mules. When I see your name, I think of an old movie called Two Mules for His Sister Sarah. Tired and bored with all this rest and relaxation. We'll get back to that in a second once I. All right, so do I want Mendoza on this team? I do not. I just want Pat Bryant. We're just gonna go ahead and get the double stack set up. Two Mules says, tired and bored with all this relaxation. Turned to my left, rolled over on my right. Now what? Boredom sucks more than anything. And just so you know, the Two Mules is actually a story about his great uncle, I believe, right? It's like an old wartime story. I think it was a great uncle. I can't specifically remember. Okay, it was 180. I thought it was like 170s. Probably because I never let him get past like 165. What's up, Chris? How we doing? Thanks for popping in. And if you could, smash that like. We're definitely going to do a second draft today, regardless of likes. A third draft is possible. We'll see. We'll see what it feels like after I do this one. I think I'm going to do a little board next. I've got, I think, 11 of them in, something like that. And I like to do those on stream because a lot of people that don't want to do a lot of the $10 ones are able to do those. All right, so I really like what Lute's done there at running back. Like, took the hero, went 5, went a quarterback, took the 6 guy with the stack, and then just absolutely smashed. This is hero RB to a T. I've been building a lot of hero RB this season, and it feels so it feels very strong. Well, I haven't shaved in like 8 years to 10 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Like 2016, I guess 10 years. It really hasn't grown over the last like 6 though, 6 or 7. All right, so like Travis Kelce's continually moving up the board. If he was there, I would have taken him. Somebody who's not moving up the board right now is Kayshon Boutte and Tyreek Hill. They're both falling and falling fast. And I understand Tyreek for the worries, but man, if Tyreek is even 80% of what he was, like, he's an absolute smash, right? Like, at this price, if Tyreek gets you 3 20-point games, he's a pretty dang good pick. Especially if one of those 3 falls in a playoff. I shaved so smooth once. Once since I've been married, wife said, grow that back. I would not know about that. I do what I want, and that's what happens. I'm also single, so maybe those two things are related. No more little boards for you until one gets canceled. Are you out then? All right, so we Elijah Surratt. I like Elijah Surratt. This feels like we could take Kamani Vidal here. Actually, we're just going to take Njoku. I like this tight end room a lot. Juwan, Barner, Njoku. He's also been raising up the board. I feel like when BBM launches, Njoku is going to be picking the 140s. So I don't mind pulling him up a little bit. And depending on his landing spot, like that's with a bad landing spot. With a good landing spot, like if Njoku goes to the Commanders, like where are we taking him? Because he's actually really good at football. Still have big boards, but shifted over to DK since they added their contest. Yeah, if we do a third draft, it's going to be, and maybe we could just do that. Maybe we could do a $1 DK draft as the second draft. We'll actually just make that the poll. If we want to do a little board, second draft, little board, or $1 DK. They got a 20 max $1 DK draft. I plan on basically doing all of those on stream just to do something. and not use bullets. I've done 10 of the DK contests over the last like 48 hours. Because like they have some ADPs that are not right for sure. So I definitely want to get a whole, like Emmett Johnson's at 140. He's already started to move up, but like his price definitely doesn't feel right. On a full PPR site, especially. Now, I haven't taken Joe Mixon, but once, I think. But this is a situation on this team. Like, if Daniel Jones makes it, I take Daniel Jones. Actually, so 2 quarterback, 3 quarterback, high capital on both. No, I'll take Vidal, and I'm happy with either quarterback. And if I don't get either one of them, I guess we could just shift. I mean, I think I'm okay with just those 2 quarterbacks, as gross as it feels or sounds to some people. I think I'm okay with Bo Nix plus Chuck. Yeah, he absolutely was. I pointed him out very quick. For anyone who's curious, grandmother's brother was some sort of hero on the Western Front in World War II. This is the 2 Mules story. Summoned to Lisbon and told anything you want, and he asked for 2 mules and a cart. Like, so he basically did something super heroic, and they basically offered him whatever he wants. And that was his answer. He wanted 2 mules and a cart. That was it. Like, man, that is some. I do think that the Michael Wilson pick makes more sense if Jacoby is the quarterback. So we'll go ahead and let Daniel Jones drop. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure who it was, like in relation, but I'd heard that story. I didn't want to ruin it or like overstep, although you tell it freely. So, all right, we feel really good about this team, though. Like, we got our 3rd quarterback potentially stacked with Michael Wilson, even if he doesn't play in Arizona. Like, whatever. I think Vidal. I thought Vidal was a fine pick in round 14, even round 13. I seen the $5 free bet. Problem is, I know nothing about any sport that is currently active, so I'm just gonna be clicking buttons. And like, you only win if you get the most, right? If you get the biggest multiplier or something. World War I. Got it. Yeah, and if anybody gets tired of the background music, just say something. I'll switch it up. Oh, it's just a free pick'em? Did they add something else? No, I just have the giveaway thing. I don't have the free pick'em. All right, so it looks like we're going to do a little board next, but we have to review all the teams and all that. If you guys want your team reviewed, say something. If you don't want your team reviewed, we can move on and draft more teams. All right, so I assume Omar went. Yep. Running back. We'll take a Devin Neal share with Tyler Shuck here as our last running back. We don't take much Neal, but it makes sense to take a share there. This actually helps me get a little different at wide receiver here. I'll be able to take some shots on these guys I don't take very much of. I'm pretty out on Zachariah Branch. Like, I'm pretty out on him. Malachi Fields, I don't love, but apparently he was a gigantic standout at the Senior Bowl. So I am going to take some shares of him. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, I mean, I love this background music. But I don't know if it gets old or whatever, right? Like, you don't know until it's played for a while. And it might be something like I'll play it for a draft, and then the next draft I switch back over to Ducks or whatever. All right, so we get Malachi Fields there. We have Shuck, we have Bo Nix. Like, all of those options went. I do need to start taking some more Kyle Williams. I think he's a fine pick. I did find myself actually clicking Jack Best earlier, and I took Mac Hollins earlier. Yeah, I was gonna make this my outro, but I've been thinking. I was thinking that it's probably just better to be a background music song, honestly, because it's like it's softer and it's got different levels to it. And a 2.5 minute outro, nobody's going to listen to. So, all right, where do we want to go with our last pick? I think Brandon Cooks is somebody you could mix in. So we have Puka, Olave, Jamo, Sutton, Wilson, Bryant, Fields. We might actually just go as 7th running. I think this team feels just good all the way through. Like, that's plenty of capital at wide receiver. What's left at running back? I mean, I could add a 4th tight end. So what do I want to do? I think I just want another wide receiver. What do we want? Like, it feels gross having. I've been talking Jalen Royals up because he's like one of the. I don't like Jalen Royals as a prospect, but I do think that he's a very, very good click right now. I also think Kansas City is an underrated team to take one of the elite wide receivers. Like, I could see them taking Malachi Fields or Carnell Tate. And after this year, letting Rashee Rice go to free agency. I could see that being the plan at 9. I know a lot of people want Jeremiah Love there. I think that's the worst thing they could do for their team. So there is that. But you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to take a share of Jalen Royals. I talk about him being an undervalued pick. I think I've taken him once. So we're there. We're going to go to chat. Then we're going to go through the team. Yeah, we could. Well, I'm sure that of all the things you send me, we'll be able to like filter multiple songs in, and I could just do a different one per draft. Yeah. So Mike Rob says background music works if you're having a good draft. It's too pumped up if you're raging from snipes. I mean, yeah, a couple people back in high school used to yell that at me, or right after high school, whenever the Who Hames nickname was invented. There were people like at my jobs and everything that like would scream it. Max a little more early, try to get my rise, take Teeps, but man, oh man, I missed the $3 entry. DraftKings has a $1 entry right now. A Royale with cheese clip for when you draft Jalen Royals. Oh, I didn't even I haven't had a chance to play my one clip. Hey, it's all good, Frank. Hey, I mean, we're not done. We're getting ready to review some teams and then draft a little board, it looks like. So my team, and by the way, this is Champ, by the way. Champ times 3. Not sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Champ X3. X. We got 3683. We got Bo Nix, Tyler Shuck, Jacoby Brissett. Running backs, Henry, Travion. We got a little fall on Travion. We got a big fall on a Manun guy. Emmett Johnson before ADP because his ADP is wrong. Kamani Vidal, also a giant ADP fall. Devin Neal because I guess you got to take a share or two. No, you don't. You really don't. But I'll tell myself that for this team. Wide receivers, Puka, Olave, Jamo, Cortland Sutton, Michael Wilson, Pat Bryant, Malachi Fields, Jalen Royals. Just feels awesome. Then tight ends, Juwan, Barner, and Njoku. This is one of my favorite teams I've built so far. And then Mufasa. Champ will do. Long story, X3. Got it. We got a 2693 here from Mufasa. And by the way, if anybody wants a review, say something in the chat. If not, we will be loading up the next draft after this review. So 2693. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Tony Pollard, Tyler Algier, Katron Allen. He's continuing to fall. Like, I'm surprised you took him above ADP. He goes to like 180 constantly now, and I don't think it makes sense. He's not significantly worse than the other team or the other tier. Like, I love Emmett Johnson, but like I don't think that he should be 40 picks behind him either. Brian Robinson. And then we got CD Lamb, AJ Brown stacked up. We got Lamb stacked up, Zay Flowers. Question, by the way, maybe I'll see it later, but why didn't you take the falling Jake Ferguson? AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, Trey Tucker, Rashad Bateman, Jeremy Bernard, and Jacoby Lane. That's really solid. You took a couple shots there at the end. I take some Lane when he's in the last round, but like it never feels good. Oh, so you took the fall on Kittle or on Gadsden, it looks like. Oh, you took Kittle over him. Why Kittle over the stack? Gadsden, Kittle, and Hawkinson. It feels fine. Okay, so you're just out on Ferg. I got it. I was just curious why. Nothing wrong with it, but I was just curious. Like it was an interesting thing with Ferg falling that far. And if you were going to have any at all, you'd have to have that would have been the time to do it, right? With Dak, with Lamb, and what a 9-pick fall at that point, something like that. So Alex here, 3692, Mahomes, Goff, Mendoza at 14-pick discount. That feels really good. Not sure if you got a stack, but not sure it matters. Running backs, Kyron Williams, DeAndre Swift, Bashal Tootin, Sean Tucker, Joe Mixon at 200. That's where I think he should go. Rashard Smith. You should have. You would have saved me. Wide receiver. You would have saved my integrity of saying that he was a horrible pick all last year. Wide receiver, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, Mekhi Lemon, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs. Looks like you got sniped on the stack there. I guess he's not going to be there. He's a free agent. That's my bad. Calvin Ridley, Torrey Horton, Jack Best, Kyle Williams. And then Trey McBride, Goddard. I mean, that is a fantastic tight end room. Very well-built team. Yeah, you got the Amon-Ra stack. And then you stacked up Brashard Smith. Like, I probably would have added Royals there just because like the Brashard Smith stack is very, very iffy. I assume that what happened with Worthy. Okay, Worthy went quite a bit before ADP, basically. What's up, Game Tight? How we doing, Emo? Welcome. Thanks for popping in. I mean, Kelsey, you pretty much, if you want Kelsey right now, like if you're trying to backstack Mahomes, you might as well just take him at 140. Like he's going in every draft by 150, almost for sure. So like if you're trying to build a backstack with Mahomes, I would just bite the bullet, take him at 140, call it good. So sometimes we get lucky and sometimes you learn lessons, Alex. Right here, you get to learn a lesson. Kelsey is no longer cheap. But anyway, we are about to enter a little board, and we are going to enter a little board in 15 seconds. We never leave the line. Fury. Endless. Relentless. Fantasy. Reigns. Who waits? Immortal. Waiting on one. Draft filled. We're going to go back to the Ducks on this one. Just so we don't burn ourselves out on that. All right, so we are here. We got the 106. We have Game Tied at the 2 with the last little board. We have Kate at the 5. I don't see anybody else. Looks like I might get some value. We might get some value. Who knows? Who knows? So if we end up getting to 35 likes, I'm going to do a $1 DraftKings draft. If we get to 35 by the end of this draft, feels very doable. I know not everybody's super happy to go do DraftKings drafts, but like, I think it's fine. It is not the prettiest to stream. I will admit that. It is definitely not the prettiest to stream. But yeah, I am looking forward to PPR Tyler to break down my boy Omar Cooper tonight. But even if I don't see it live, I'll go back and watch it. I need to get him to watch the Cooper video that I made because I think that Cooper video is pretty fire. All right, so let's go ahead and take. So my 106 is actually Amon-Ra, but you can get a ton of Amon-Ra taking him even at 108. So like for me, I do take Taylor at the 106, and I take Amon-Ra at the 107. Is kind of the way that I'm looking at it. Now, I don't want zero Lamb, but I think I'm fine with the soft fade on Lamb. And so Steve and I, with the show, the topic of the show of the first like, I don't know what I'm going to name it. I have an idea. I'm going to run it by Steve. I think it's a really good name. But, like, what we're going to look at is wide receiver 2s that have elite wide receiver 1s. And why certain wide receiver 2s tend to, like, why does everybody think that, like, T. Higgins doesn't affect Jamar Chase's ability to be way up top? Or Puka's with Devontae Adams, but like CD Lamb kind of gets dinged more. Like what, and like, are we wrong for thinking that when we dive into the data, right? So we're going to go, that will be the full episode. And whenever we reach a verdict, and we'll reach into like some of the other situations, like Amon-Ra with JMO like is a little different, but kind of the same as well. But I think it'll be a really fun conversation. We'll take Bowers here. I have moved Love up to. I have them two together. I don't have 30% Amon-Ra, but I think I'm at like 10. And like I would like to have over the field. Like I would like to end 10 to 12% Amon-Ra, I think. And like have a slight fade, like have CMC at like 5% and CD Lamb at like 5%. And I would like to be a little, and like I wouldn't even mind being at 5% James Cook and having an like 12% Amon-Ra Genty. I'm pretty in on Ashton Genty this year. Eventually we will get to select him. So we get JT, we get Bowers, we get 2 second-round picks from last year. Feels perfectly fine though. How we doing, John? How we doing, sir? And by the way, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content and you want to be updated and stuff, there's a Discord down below. It's free. We sit around, we talk in it. You can post your teams. It's pretty chill right now. Maybe eventually it isn't chill. I don't know. I'm going to try to manage that. We'll see how that works out. But we spend quite a bit of time, like post some charts in there, some cool stuff like that. So I would love to get Brees Hall here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take Brees. If Brees went, we probably would have went ahead and taken Josh Allen and had a really weird team. Probably would have built out a hero running back team at that point. If I would have taken Josh Allen, I would have built out hero running back. But now we're just going to go double anchor, and we probably won't take another running back until Emmett Johnson. I mean, until 125. You know, maybe Emmett Johnson. Yeah, so game type from the 102, Gibbs, Walker, Chase Brown. I think Brees, I kind of think he's an underrated Dallas guy. I know Kansas City was interested in him last year. I'm not sure if the money works out. I could see Dallas doing it. I could see like a team that nobody's really talking about that I don't know if his value is good or bad would be like Arizona. Like if Arizona gets some bad news on Connor before then, like I don't think that they like I wouldn't trust Trey Benson. Like I could see them because they really needed a running back last year. But that offensive line is horrible. But I think that they could just draft offensive line and pay Brees a little bit and instantly make the offense a little better. But I don't know that Brees would want to go to another team that is looked at as a bad team. But I do think that they could be a team that would surprise people and pay some money for a running back this year. I don't expect them to go into the season with just James Conner and Trey Benson. I fully expect them to either sign or draft somebody, whether it be like a Rachaad White or Najee or an elite guy like Brees Hall. So I could see like I don't see a lot of the really, really good teams having the big hole at that position. Now, something that could happen, which would be interesting, would be there's been some murmurs about Josh Jacobs and the Packers not really seeing eye to eye. if he gets released, I think Brees would be a really awesome fit on the Packers. So that is something that I do want to kind of keep my eye on. We're going to go ahead and take Rome here. I do have Watson rated slightly ahead of Rome, but I do take quite a bit of Watson. I wouldn't mind if I end up getting Caleb back. That's fine. I don't love it. I'm okay with Caleb's price. I don't want a whole bag of him. And I don't know if any of that makes sense to you guys for like potential Brees landing spots, but in my mind, those are some of the spots. The KC connection is pretty obvious. They offered a fourth and something for him, and they didn't move up to a third, so they didn't get him. But we still need offensive line and all that. Dallas, like I don't know if they would do that, but I could see them doing that because it only makes sense that Dallas does like what doesn't make sense, right? Like last year, signing Javonte to no money and then having it work out, and then the next year being like just signing somebody for a lot of money when Javonte's not expensive. Maybe he is expensive after this past year. I don't know. But if Javonte is going to request a bunch of money, why would they not look at Brees, right? That's kind of where I'm at with it. Is tonight, if Emo Cowboy's still here, is tonight Toxic Tower? I can't remember. I think it was. Yeah, we're taking one of these two picks. I definitely in that order. So we do get the Caleb stack there with Rome. So through 6 rounds, we have Caleb Williams, we have Jonathan Taylor, Brees Hall, we have Zay Flowers, Rome Odunze, and we have Brock Bowers. So this feels really good. Like we have our elite tight end. We have double anchor running back. I kind of like, I don't take a lot of the wide receivers at 102, 115 because I've got 4 wide receivers by then, and I'm looking to secure my running backs. I'm going to try to like diversify myself a little bit on this draft, I think. As a long-time Packers fan, I would absolutely love that. Okay. Yeah, I think that if they do move away from Jacobs, like this, they have also shown that they are willing to pay a running back a reasonable amount. And I think Brees Hall would love to go to a winning team, right? Like I think they would absolutely love to go to a winning team. So I think that is like the cleanest landing spot for them. I just took a Michael Wilson team. I really don't want to take a second one. I'm not a Michael Wilson bull. So I'm also not an Alec Pierce bull, but that's what we're doing. We're taking Alec Pierce. I believe tonight is Toxic Tower. Headed to my girl's birthday dinner. Thank you, Best Ball on Call. Also, go check them out. They don't stream often, but they do stream as well. Yeah, so Jacobs he was fine at the beginning of the season. He did seem to fall off a little bit earlier than you would think, but was he actually just hurt? I don't know. It's hard to tell because sometimes the injury actually does affect them and they're still fine. They just came back too early kind of thing. Which is kind of what I think happened with Hampton last year. And sometimes it's just that they're old enough. Like Jacobs is an older back, right? Like, what is he? 28, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I'm looking. Yeah, he's 28 even right now. So there is a chance that he is washed. Usually it's like 29 to 30. but some running backs, it's a little earlier, and Jacobs has a lot of tread on those tires. So it could absolutely be a thing. And I think that like Brees in that system in Green Bay would be so much fun. Like that's the landing spot that I would like to see. Isn't like I'm not a Packers fan, but like as a football fan, like seeing what they would do with Brees Hall would be a lot of fun. So we did go with Alec Pierce there. Do we just end? We're gonna play the DJ Moore's back game. So I live in Illinois, and I've heard some people say that, and I haven't specifically seen this, but some of the Bears fans around have said that like the coaching staff, like everyone involved is saying that play wasn't DJ Moore's fault. Like it was a play that was put in that week. They never ran the play. And basically it was a miscommunication on him not running across. He thought he was supposed to be doing one thing. Caleb read it correctly. But it was a play that they'd practiced it like once, and like they just practiced it that week. And they never ran it before, and that DJ Moore just got confused on that play. Like it's a pretty big time to be putting in a play into a playbook, right? So it kind of sounds like they're not actually out on DJ Moore as much as the public wants him to be. So I think it's more possible for DJ Moore to stay than I originally thought. So now, if that happens, I do agree that like somebody's ADP is not right, like for sure. All right, so these are those two players I was talking about. I need to get some more of both of these players. We'll take Addison, absolutely. DJ Moore's another one I think is an okay value. Like if he stays on the Bears, he's pretty close to like he might be priced like a round too early, but he's not like insanely overpriced. And if he gets moved, he's incredibly underpriced. So yeah, I want to make sure to have some, not a ton. And if he doesn't stay with Chicago, I still have a stack, and if he does stay, I have a double stack. So we're 5 wide receivers deep now. We have Zay Flowers, we have Rome, we have Alec Pierce, we have DJ Moore and Addison. I think it's time to attack either quarterback or running back. I'll probably take running back if there's somebody I like available there. I know what I want to happen. I mean, this room's letting quarterbacks push. That's super unique. That doesn't happen very often. There's a bunch of running backs that I'm fine with there. I might even be fine with one of those wide receivers. I mean, I might just take naked Matt Stafford, honestly. I don't think I do, but I don't have very many Mendoza teams with Bowers. That's kind of one of the things I was wanting to target in this specific draft. So we're going to go ahead and do this. You know what? We're just going to take Jalen Coker. He's another guy I kind of like. I don't have much of. And then we're just going to go ahead and take Mendoza at our next pick, assuming he's still there. And if he's not there, we can take one of the running backs. Steve says, I think the issue for DJ Moore is less about that play and more about they could save $16 million by trading him. Okay, I haven't looked into that, but yeah, I knew all their secondary are free agents. You really think he'd get a second or 2/3? Like, if I'm the Browns, so let's say I'm the Browns and I have an early second round pick, right? Or let's say I'm the Bills and I have a late second round pick. Do I want DJ Moore at that price, or do I want to take a chance on a Zachariah Branch? Me personally, I would take DJ Moore. But what would they like? What would the average person do? Like, hey, we just take more Emmett Johnson, right? It's like my second most exposed running back, I think, is Gainwell. By the way, like, but there's a like you know what I mean. Like if Malachi Fields is there, or one of those players like who are basically free. I mean, I guess with the Bills specifically, like you probably want the proven player because you are contending. So maybe that's the right move for the Bills. But the Bills have also proven that they don't want to pay any money to receivers. So I'm just kind of curious, like with that. But yeah, if they could save the money by trading him, like that, it does make sense. Like I try to look into the cap stuff. I'm not the best at it, so I kind of defer to other people. Like I do look through it, but I don't fully. It's pretty convoluted, right? Like the whole cap situation stuff. So I just kind of repeat things that I hear people I know that are good at it talk about. So Kyler gets moved up to 134. A little bit of news that there's some buzz, and he shoots way up the board. Gotta love it. Got to love it. So we're gonna look at a quarter. Like part of the reason I took Bryce. I mean, okay, I was gonna say if we're absolutely taking Gainwell if he comes back, and we'll figure quarterback out. Like Gainwell helps you figure quarterback out because you get the free "what if Aaron Rodgers is back" kind of thing. Part of the reason I took Coker was to give myself another out at quarterback in case Mendoza went. So we went ahead and did that. I don't love Bryce Young this year, but like I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it depends on the team. That'd be a bad process for the Browns since they are not contending. Yeah, right. Like I was just like throwing out a name, and I realized that it would be a bad thing for them. Yeah, I could see the Niners being interested in him because like as a player, like the stylistically, DJ Moore to me is like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I always like Brandon Ayuk and him could like he could do everything Ayuk was doing, right? Okay, yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Sadiq here. I don't take him very often. I think that there's a decent chance that Sadiq ends up going to the Panthers. I know that they absolutely need defense, but I do think that they want to use a tight end, and they just don't have a really solid bet there. And I need to get some Sadiq. So this feels like a good spot to take him, even if he doesn't go to Bryce or to the Panthers. That's Cortland Sutton money, and none of it is guaranteed. Really? So they could just cut him for nothing afterwards? If it's not guaranteed, I mean that is actually kind of a deal, for sure. I mean, if we could get one of the quarterbacks back, this draft feels awesome. like Cam Ward or like Cam Ward coming back would feel so good. Like with Bowers and Sadiq, I'm fine being done. Like not everybody would feel comfortable with that. I think I'm fine being done there. Um, well, we get one of the two. We either get the Daniel Jones. Hopefully, I'm leaning that Pierce stays with the Colts and Pittman. Like the cap stuff with Pittman doesn't work out, but we'll find out here pretty soon. So we get Cam Ward at 163. That feels pretty good. This is the first time I've had a team where I was able to get Cam Ward way after ADP. That feels awesome. And by the way, to get a final draft in, it'll be a $1 DraftKings draft. We need 5 more likes. So it's up to you guys. We are 6 rounds away. Need 5 likes. And yeah, I know the $1 drafts probably aren't like things people absolutely want to see. Probably see some wild stuff in those rooms though. That's my guess. So Travis Kelce goes at 169 by Juan as tight end 2. Like that's a really solid team they're building over there. Man, running back absolutely died. Completely died. We're just gonna take Vidal here. We took Vidal in both drafts, but like every option went off the board. Sean Tucker, Allen, Rashad White, Braylon Allen went way high. Brooks went way higher. So yeah. There'd be a small roster bonus year by year, but no major guaranteed money. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I definitely look forward into doing a weekly show with Steve again. I had a really good time last year doing that. It'll be really fun solidifying things like pinpointing one question and going super deep into the details on it. I definitely look forward to that. And by the way, if you're just popping in, please smash the like. And if you are new to the channel and you do enjoy it, think about hitting the sub. I do stream quite often. And then at the end of whenever I do log off, I will post a link in the chat for one of the rookie videos I made. It's the Denzel Boston one. Some of you guys have seen it, some of you haven't. But if you could go smash the like on that whenever it is, whenever we are done, that would be awesome. So kind of, I don't have very IO Manor. So we're going to make sure to get IO Manor here. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm just stopping at those 2 tight ends. And we're just going to ride double hero real hard here. Because if my boy Omar Cooper is still available, we are taking him and being done at wide receiver. If he's not available, we'll actually do what we should do and take a running back. But I think I'm fine just taking a whole bunch of shots on this team at backup running back and just say Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, and Emmett Johnson are enough. And everything else is just kind of getting there. So now if they want to reduce that money, they could push some of it into future years and guarantee a little bit. Bills would almost certainly have to do this. Still far better structurally. Got it. Yeah, I think I'm not positive, but I think Steph Miller does a whole bunch of I think she goes through all the salary stuff on Leg Up, and I don't know if she's through all that yet, but like I haven't said this yet on stream, but next week she will be on Wednesday, and I'm absolutely looking forward to that. That'll be a really good time. we couldn't get anything worked out last year, and this year she was one of the first people that I messaged. That'll be awesome. I know that I will probably be a little more like I'll have a couple questions on that. I don't know how far into it that she is yet, but it'll be a really good time. So we have a 3-4-8-2 here. Like we are absolutely pushing running back. And yeah, I think we just finished this draft with 3 running backs. Like Bowers plus Sadiq. Sure, it's enough. I would have, if Io Manor wasn't there, I would have just taken Njoku, honestly, and then been done at Omar Cooper, I think. But since Io Manor was there, we went ahead and did this. I guess I could still take Gunnar Helm, but I mean, I guess I could take Gunnar Helm and then take 2 late. Yeah, if Helm's here, we take Helm, and then I feel fine with this running back room, to be honest with you. I don't know what the rest of you think, but I think it's fine. And Helm could easily spike a couple times. We have the Ward stack. I have a couple shares of Cam Ward, DK, and Helm, but I don't have much Cam Ward. I think this is the first time I've taken Io Manor, so I probably do want the Helm stack on top of it. And like I'm assuming that most of you think that this running back room is a little thin, but I think it's fine. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's fine. All right. So I don't know which running backs I really want to come back, but we'll go ahead and kind of look over it. Hope you got your Omar bags packed. Dude, I have a lot of Omar. I was so I had Omar rated way above everybody else originally, and people are starting to like I'm not saying that I moved the market or anything, but I've had Omar as my wide receiver 6 the entire time. Like I've had a hard time not putting him above Boston and Concepcion. As I told Steve in our rookie breakdown show, I'm like, the only reason I'm not doing that is because like I'm not a professional scout, and like it just like I don't mind looking silly, but like that would look insane. But some of the higher some people are starting to do things like that now. So I like Boston to me has a high bust rate. I don't really see Omar busting. Now, Boston also has like an insane ceiling, but I think Cooper has the same, if not a better ceiling as well. Concepcion's ceiling is out of this world. But he has some holes in his game. Cooper has been asked to do multiple different things throughout his playing career at Indiana. Like 2 years ago, he was looked at as a deep threat. And then last year, Hurst was better than I expected. I'm not taking very much Ted Hurst crossface purely because like it's like Pat Bryant last year. Ted Hurst and Bryce Lance are 2 players I really like, but I don't think like Pat Bryant last year. I didn't think he was going to get 3rd round capital, so I only took like 7% of them in the big board. Hurst and Lance are guys I'll probably have 3 to 5% of because I really like him, but I also don't think there's a very good chance of him getting good draft capital. Yeah, let's take Isaiah Davis. Double down that Breece Hall is gone. All right, so we got a 3683 here. We're one like away from the $1 draft, by the way. It's up to you guys if we do the DK draft or not. 3683. Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Cam Ward. Running backs: Jonathan Taylor, Brees Hall, Emmett Johnson, Vidal, Najee Harris, Isaiah Davis. I think this works. Wide receivers: Zay, Rome, Alec Pierce, DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, Jalen Coker, Alec Iomanner, Omar Cooper Jr., tight ends: Bowers, Sadiq, and Gunnar Helm. Feels good. So, by the way, we're going to go ahead and go enter into the $1 contest. We'll review, but we're going to enter right now. These might take a while to fill. I'm not sure. So we're 6 of 12. So if you want to do the $1 DK draft, go on over. We're going to do the reviews. We got Game Tight here. 3593. We got Jackson Dart. We have Bo Nix. We have Ty Simpson. Running back: Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, Cam Scadaboo, Bayshaw Tootin. I mean, that's awesome. He stopped at 5. I probably would have pushed my 5th a little later, but that is such a good room. So much upside. Wide receivers: Burden, Wandale, Golden, Jaden Higgins, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin. So you do have the big old stack there. Mims, Jalen Noel, Darius Slayton, Theo Likely, and Ferg. Yeah, I think if Tootin and Golden were swapped, like you had a guy like Kenneth Gainwell there as the last guy, and you had Michael Wilson or something, I think it would feel a little better. But all in all, it's a really, really solid team. And like, it's easy to pick at things whenever you have the results already. We got a 3683 here from Cade. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Running backs: Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, who's gotten a little bit of coach speak recently. DeAndre Swift, James Conner, doing what I'm doing. Rachaad White is not going to be back. So doubling down on that with Rachaad White. Keaton Mitchell. I'm having a hard time taking him. He had a chance to kind of get some stuff going last year, and he didn't. And then tight ends: Kyle Pitts. I love the value now. Njoku is an awesome value. That is the perfect room to put a Eli Stowers, Michael Trigg, or Max Clary in. The perfect kind of room. Let's look at that is it there. We are actually already in this draft. We have FK Coolers at the 105. We're at the 109. I am the KY at the 108. And Megatron Johnson, I assume you are listening again. Welcome back. Glad you enjoyed the content at the 112. Man, Likely is a player I'm scared because I haven't clicked enough. Not that I think it's a bad pick. I think it's a really good pick. But I'm very into Gunnar Helm. I'm very into Gunnar Helm. And by the way, Crossface, I've done 22 drafters teams now. And you were asking about Omar Cooper. Like, some of these, I don't like my Mike Washington exposure on this site, but I am a fan of my 62% Omar Cooper and 48% Emmett Johnson. So there you go. There are those exposures for now. I'm making a stand. I think that in total points, stands make way more sense as well, because you want the players you think like. And what I'm going to do this year is in total points, I'm going to have like 2 or 3 stands, and I'm going to kind of be 8% ish, like maybe more like 10, like a lot of 10 and 6% guys. But I'm going to have a couple gigantic stands, like 20 to 30%, guys and build way more balanced around it in the total points contest. I think that feels like it's the right thing to do. Like, just thinking of how it works. And not that this is total points, like this is obviously playoff stuff. But yeah. Likely played high school in your hometown. That's awesome. What's up? What's up, Kai? KY. I don't know. Is it KY or is it Kai? Because I like Kai because it's probably not correct, but it reminds me of a video game I played back in the early 2000s, Guilty Gear. Not necessarily saying the Ride the Lightning walk was an enjoyable experience, but yeah, it is a thing for sure. I don't know where Kai stands on KY stands on Amon-Ra. I assume also a fan. Yeah, Isaiah Likely is such a fun player, and you were asking where do I think a Likely signs. I really believe that one of the free agent tight ends is gonna end up in Washington, and I feel like Likely or Njoku could be the Washington signing. That's kind of where I'm at. I think that one of those two or Chig end up in Washington. It depends on if they're willing to spend money or not. Like if they're not going to spend money, and maybe Steve knows a little bit more about what they do financially. But I think that he would be an awesome fit there, and like Likely and Njoku would be amazing on the Commanders because Jaden Daniels does target tight ends. So I think it would be a fantastic thing, and Likely already understands how to play with a mobile quarterback, right? So I think it would be incredibly smart for the Commanders to go for Isaiah Likely and actually pay him a little bit, specifically because he understands scramble drill situations with the mobile quarterbacks. I have Jefferson over London, but we got to build a bunch of different teams. I do like London, so I need to take some shares. But like, I think it would be a match made in heaven with Isaiah Likely on the Commanders, for sure. Like they already have Bates, and Bates is a really solid blocking guy. So I believe Bates is still on the team. Let me go double check that. No, over the cap. I don't want to look up John Elway. For some reason, I don't need to know what his cap situation is. Yeah, so he's under contract this year and next year. Bates is. So it would make a lot of sense to me. I could see the Broncos doing that as well. Actually, hold on. I need to set up my timestamps real quick. I assume this started 5 minutes ago, so one. All right. Sorry for the quiet, but we at least have something close in the timestamps there. So nothing extreme happened here. Seems pretty normal for a draft at the moment. Heard rumblings that Likely is going to get a lot more than people expect, maybe matching Kittle. That would be insane. Washington has a lot of money, but a lot of holes. I think either they sign tight end or a wide receiver. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I think Washington's very live to sign a tight end and then go with either Jeremiah or their favorite or their favorite wide receiver at pick 7, and then with the rest of the draft address defense. And like it would make the most sense for them to sign Likely specifically, and then sign a free agent running back like Dowdle or Javante, and then because like they can't guarantee Jeremiah Love is going to be there, and then set themselves up to be able to take any of those 3 wide receivers to go opposite of Terry, and then build an entire good offense there. And then the rest of the draft, like if they want offensive line, they could do that, but like focus on the defense like the entire rest of the draft or something. I think setting up their offseason like that would make the most sense from a you can't fails perspective. And as Steve says, the elite tight end they just get less money. So it makes more sense. Every time someone tells you that to get the KY, they are talking about me. But Kai is fine also. Keeps it short. And is committees. Yeah, I mean, they should. Like, I'm not arguing what they should do. Like, I don't know. I think that both could work. I think that they could do whatever. Are we going? We'll take McMillan here. What's up? So I feel like a good way to get in some content, especially for like the broke crowd. They have a $1.20 max over here. Might as well, like, I like DK somewhat. I've actually done 10 of their $10 ones, but like just to get some extra content, like they got a $1.20 max. If you didn't know, they have a really awesome $33 contest. It's 33. It's a 5 max $33 entry. Only like 864 people. It's a 2 of 12 into a 2 of 12 into a 2 of 8 with a 6-person final. And 5,000 up to first. It's a pretty cool contest. All right, so we might have made a mistake, guys. We might have made a mistake. And welcome Off the Schneid. For those of you who are not subscribed to Off the Schneid, they stream every night they've been streaming every night about, I think they go live 9 p.m. Eastern-ish. Not sure the exact time, but I think that. And how you been, Adam, by the way? You're the commies. You're hoping you get one of the top defensive guys at 7, but the top defensive guys are linebackers and Caleb Downs. I mean, the top defensive guys are Ruben Bain and the other guy, the other defensive end. But those 2 guys absolutely shouldn't be there, right? And that's the problem. Like, it's non-premium positions. They absolutely need corner help. Like, I think a corner for them, like, the commies have so many holes that it's hard. It's hard for them to make a bad pick. Likely would love to come home to play for the Patriots. Only tight end under contract is Hunter Henry and 2 scrubs. I would hate that because I really like Hunter Henry's price. Should have taken Wilson. Not many people are going to be taking JMO over there. So if nothing else, you get a little unique. Oh, you got a rookie ranking spreadsheet reveal. Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe a weekend stream. Oh, rankings revealed tonight. Nice. Like, that's I know that you are very high on some of the players I like, and some of the players that I like you are very, very off of. And same, it goes the other way. Like, that's what's beautiful about this game. Like, you just have to respect it, and you could disagree, and in 9 months we figure out who was right. Uh, like it makes it fun. Like I was wrong with Damian Martinez, but I was pretty right on Jalen Royals. So like I'm not going to be right on everybody. Like if Omar Cooper and Emmett Johnson are both wrong, it's probably not going to be great. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think JMO over Garrett Wilson is fine. I'm personally not doing it, but I think it's fine to do it. Like if you're trying to force some exposure to JMO, it also gives you an out at quarterback, assuming that the guy in the 8 hole doesn't like Jared Goff at all. But I get this feeling that the guy in the 8 hole doesn't mind Jared Goff. All right, so we're absolutely getting destroyed here at running back. So we're gonna take Drake May here. We're gonna do something a little different this draft, guys. This is a $1 draft. Yeah, if Emmett Johnson is wrong, I don't want to be right. Absolutely. I might put my Emmett Johnson video out. Like, I think Friday I'm gonna put out my Omar Cooper video, and I think Saturday I'm gonna put out my Emmett Johnson video, my highlight reel that I did. The Emmett Johnson one is pretty awesome, and so is the Omar Cooper one. I put out a price one yesterday and a Denzel Boston one today, but Friday, Saturdays I can't stream, so I'm going to start putting those out. And I would love feedback on those. Anybody who watches them as well. So the plan here is to scare the entire room. Like the plan here is we're going to take Jaden Daniels. We're just going to go double elite quarterback if we can. If the entire room is going to force us to just take an extra, like if they're just going to force us into no running backs, let's try to scare the room into quarterbacks. Like I like a lot of the running backs from basically 105 all the way to 160. Like I'm fine taking running backs. So Drake May plus Jaden Daniels, let's go. Not scared. I got Joe Burr. I ain't scared. You got the old naked Joe Burrow here. Yeah, I've kind of been souring on all of the elite rookie wide receivers at cost. Because of the prices, like with Surratt, Concepcion, and Omar's prices, it just doesn't feel right. I'm not going to have zero, right? Like I'm still going to take them, but I've been leaning into the quarterbacks here a little bit more, like at least getting one of them. And I do have Carnell Tate as my wide receiver 1, and pretty clearly, like I'm pretty clearly Tate 1. And I think Lemon and Tyson, you could kind of argue. I've been leaning a little bit more towards Lemon now over Tyson. I think it's pretty arguable. But like I have more Tyson because it feels like the fantasy community loves Lemon. Lemon's ceiling is the highest of the group. Like that's what I feel. I feel Lemon has the highest ceiling. But I think that Tate is the best all-around prospect. And I think Tate has a much, much lower floor than Lemon or Tyson. And I mean, I know floor isn't everything, especially in round, but in round 5, a 0 in round 5 is pretty bad. And I've also heard rumors that the Rams could be very interested in Lemon at 13 if he's there. And if Lemon goes to the Rams at 13, that is not a good situation for this upcoming fantasy season. So now I don't think it's a horrible spot either. Like, it is an awesome offense. Like, how awesome would Stafford be? Like, Lemon getting to learn behind Puka and Devontae Adams for a year, like, for dynasty reasons, is insane. Like, absolutely insane. Number one, he has to make it to him. But number two, like, they actually, that rumor has to be true as well. I mean, we could take we could take Justin Herbert here, right? All right, so why are these all messed up? So I don't have like any. I think this is like kind of where I'm okay taking Fannin. I don't love the Fannin price. I'll take a stab at Fannin here. Yeah, like I think that they go offensive line, especially now with the Havenstein thing, right? Like I agree with you. But I've heard from more than one place that the Rams are interested in a wide receiver there for post Stafford. Like I think that, like, I personally think the Rams should trade pick 13 and their second round pick, like send an offer for Max Crosby and just say, okay, you either have to double Verse or Crosby now. And now you have the interior guy, Fisk, just wrecking havoc, or the other one, and like, come at me, right? But they have the cap space to do that. But I also think that they are on the block to having to pay Puka this year unless they want to push it, right? So it's a risky thing to do, but if they want to go for a Super Bowl, I would love them to do that. Like, could you imagine them trading? Like, I don't know if the Raiders would take a first and an early the 13th overall and a late second for Crosby, but I don't think that they would have a lot of choices, and I think that that would be fine for both teams. And it's a doable thing via the cap if what I looked at was correct. And like, that to me would be super fun as an NFL fan to watch Fisk, Max Crosby, and Jared Verse on the same team. Like, it would be like Cleveland's defensive line, essentially. So that's what I hope they do. Like, just as an NFL fan in general. But yeah, I do think that if they stay there, they should look at an offensive lineman, not a weapon. But also, if they don't move off of the 29th pick, I think it's pretty, like, if they end up grading Ty Simpson okay, it would make a lot of sense for them to take Simpson or a corner. You'd be shocked if they took a wide receiver in round one. Yeah, well, like, the thing is like, I think Mekhi Lemon, like, after the catch, plays exactly like Puka. Not necessarily his game in all, but once he's caught the ball, like, just watching him play absolutely looks like Puka to me. And it would be a little odd, I think, to have two of the same kind of guys like that on the same team. But yeah. What's up, F Donkey? How we doing? Thank you for popping in. Appreciate that you have now found the channel and that you actually enjoy it. Either you enjoy it enough that you're watching, or you think I suck enough that you want to join my lobbies. Either one, perfectly fine. Either one, probably valid. So, But yeah, we're doing something a little different here. We got absolutely shut out at running back, just shut out all the way through. Even Scatabo went here. Uh, so like we're throwing a Hail Mary, and we went double elite quarterback after 4 straight receivers, and then we went with a tight end. We're just gonna hammer running backs now. Like we're just gonna hammer RBs and see what happens. Yeah, all good. I figured as much, but I like to make fun of myself. It adds to the vibes, right? Like yeah, so I also try some weird stuff here and there. Like not every team I build, when I'm done with it, I'm like, well, that was smart. Like I did one yesterday. It's like, well, that was stupid. Yeah, so just shut everything off. I mean, Chuba here would be fantastic. A little after ADP. I love the Algier price. I think Algier is one of the best prices on the board. I don't want 0 Montgomery. I think Gainwell is incredibly underpriced on DraftKings specifically. I'm having a hard time with JC. I think JCM should go about 20 picks later than he does. I think they're incredibly likely to just add somebody somewhere. The 7th round pick vibe stuff feels a little weird. I know that like Kansas City didn't worry about it with Pacheco, like he kept his job and all that, but he definitely has problems with vision. JCM does. Like he is incredibly electric whenever he's able, like whenever the hole's there, he's very electric. But it's hard for him to get to that point. Like his vision's not very good. Just like RJ Harvey, his vision's not very good. So I think that they're very likely to add somebody. And like I personally can't take him over Emmett Johnson, especially in full PPR. So this team's got like getting the fall on Chuba honestly makes this feel really solid right now. I don't want your stats. I don't need your stats. A Gainwell would be fantastic. Rip. So let's look at all here. I don't take a lot of Jonah Coleman because yeah, we'll take a share of Jonah Coleman here. Like I have him significantly under Emmett Johnson, but I have a whole bunch of Emmett Johnson. I highly doubt Emmett makes it back to me at 128 or 129 here, but I will absolutely do that. We're definitely going to go probably running back again, unless a wide receiver that shouldn't be there falls. But we're almost to 40 likes. Like that feels pretty good. Like we hit 40 likes maybe once a week while we're live. We generally get there afterwards. So I appreciate everybody who does tune in. And by the way, we do have 31 concurrent viewers. I'm sure a bunch of you will be leaving here in 7 minutes when PPR Tyler goes live. I don't blame you. You don't want to miss Omar. Like you don't want to miss Omar Cooper highlights. I'm telling you, I've watched all of them, and he is awesome. And he is a player that you want to like. Maybe you watch him and you don't see what everybody else sees, and your edge is to never take him. But I promise you, Omar Cooper, by the time the NFL draft is coming up, is going to be going way higher than he is. So definitely go watch that if you can. But on top of that, like tomorrow before you all leave, we have Pepper Tony. Pepper Tony's going to come on here. The Who Crew, it's the Who's Crew show. We are starting in the link below. There's a Discord. You can join the Discord for free. The people who throughout the entire NFL season was chatting through the Hangout, we're getting through them first, and then we're going to go through the people who are active in the Discord, and we're going to we're going to offer them to come on the channel, do a draft or two with me, and the community will get to know them. And tomorrow we all get to finally meet Pepper Tony. If you do best ball stuff, you've seen him in the chats. I'm very excited to finally, I don't think he's ever been on a show. I'm not positive, but I don't think he has. So it sounds pretty, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm sure I'll ask him tomorrow if he's been on a show before or not, but definitely look forward to it. That'll be tomorrow at my normal time, 4 p.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. I try to send people there, but it's hard with the long gap. Hey, thank you, sir. Does Salt Anthony come on after? I don't know exactly what that joke is. I know it's a joke. I don't know. Is that I'm lost. Whatever that is, it's way over my head. I mean, Emmett Johnson is here. I do need to take some Tyrone Tracy, and I do need to take some Spears. So if we could get 2 of these 3 guys, we're gonna feel good. Also, what do you guys think about Arizona? I think Arizona is an underrated team to possibly sign a running back in the offseason. I think that they're very live to draft a running back, or not to either draft or to sign a free agent. Pepper Tony versus Salt Anthony. That's what I thought. I thought that's kind of what it was. Yeah, we'll take Emmett. No fear here. No fear. Double rookies. No problem. No problem. I'm really I'd really love Spears to get back, but I don't think he will. Yep. He doesn't, so I wouldn't mind Goddard. Obviously he goes. We could take Concepcion. What running backs are left? I don't love the running backs right here. So I'm actually going to try to push running back another round. Yeah, we're going to take Concepcion here. So Brett Whitfield, for those of you who watch Fantasy Points, he's one of the best evaluators on the planet right now. He actually has Casey Concepcion as one of his top 12. I think he had him at number 10 overall in this draft class, regardless of position. He has him as wide receiver 2. Emmett Johnson to the Cards would be much better than the places I've seen him mocked. For the team, Emmett Johnson to the Ravens would be fantastic. For best ball bags, it would be horrendous, absolutely awful. But I do think that if you get a more talented Justice Hill, yes, he'll fall, right? But a more talented Justice Hill on that team, it could do some work, right? And we don't know what the new offense is going to look like and all that either. And Emmett would be an incredible change of pace to Derrick Henry on top of it. Not that, and if this is the season Derrick Henry goes to nothing, it could be really good. So George Kittle goes there by Mighty Seahawk. This man took George Kittle and Zach Charbonnet. What other no-legged guys does he have on the team? Cam Scatterboo. No-legged Cam Scatterboo, no-legged Zach Charbonnet, and no-legged Kittle. So between those 3 draft picks, they have 3 working legs. Good luck, mighty Seahawk. So, Megatron, the guy who said, I ain't scared of quarterbacks, takes Cam Ward at 133. Looks like to me you're a little scared over there, Megatron Johnson. Looks like to me you bowed down in defeat. But I actually don't hate it with Spears. I think it's fine. Like, I think you could argue Cam Ward with, like, he's probably not gonna make it back to you. So, like, I think you kind of had to. Like, it was a smart pick, even if I'm gonna make fun of you for it. Jordan Mason's a player that I have not got a lot of that I would like to get some more shares of. Same with Kamara, Rashad White, Braylon Allen. Like, I'm not taking Katron Allen anymore at ADP because for some reason he's just continually falling. Like, if he's going to continually fall, I'll just take him at 180 here and there. Like, not with this team because I got Coleman and Emmett, but yeah, I think he's clearly the RB5, and I think he's closer to Jonah Coleman than a lot of the evaluators. All right, so we take Jordan Mason there. I guess we could at least look at tight end to see what's going on at tight end. I mean, I got Fannin. I just want 2 bodies at the end, pretty much. I definitely still need to attack running back here. But Monungai, Hubbard, Coleman, Emmett, Mason, and if I get one of these other 2 guys I have queued up, it's going to feel pretty good. I'll still probably go 7, but like I have the extra spot because I have Drake May plus Jaden Daniels there. So I do have the extra spot. So I can end up with 2, 7, 8, 3 pretty easily here. And I mean, if I really wanted to, I could add Shadur at the end if I felt good enough to go 3, 6, 8, 3. Since we have the old Fannin on the team. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, please smash the like, and if you do enjoy the content, hit the sub. I do a lot of live streams, and we're definitely expanding the channel out. We're going to do multiple different things this year. We're going to do a stats diving show with Steve starting soon, and like I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest. Like, I'm very excited about that. Let's go. Which one's the higher ADP? I think it's White. We'll take White. White's one that I haven't taken as much as I should. There are some rumors that White is going to end up in Washington as well. So I'm viewing this as a potential stack. The Rashad White. And like, if that happens, I'm a little more in on the JCM price because they would complement each other pretty well. Like, by a little more in, I mean, I think he's only like 10 picks mispriced instead of 20, basically. Because it's not like Rashad White's going to go in and be the lead back. Like, he's a role player. He's an insane pass blocker. He's really good out of the backfield. He's a fine but not great runner. So I think that he would be pretty much perfect for their team. For the end of the stream, we're going to remove the feeding the ducks, and we're going to go back down to this song. We're going to chill with this. And I think that the Cardinals are a pretty okay landing spot for a running back as well. I've heard, like, I keep seeing, and like, mocks don't have to be right, but a lot of people have them taking an O lineman in the first round, which would make a lot of sense. And I like when I just prefer I like when teams take offensive line. I just like it. It's time, says Darkside. Yeah, I see that PPR Tyler is over there doing his trivia. It's about time. Oh, by the way, if you guys could, that's a video that I put out. It's the Denzel. Some of you have watched it. It's my Denzel Boston highlight video. I'm gonna start putting all of them in my Discord as they come out, but I would like those to start getting a little more popularity. I've been putting a lot of work in, and like, feel free to in the comments to like give suggestions, like something that I could do better, whatever. I'm new to it, and we enjoy doing it, so we're gonna continue to do it. I mean, if Sean Tucker's still here, we are absolutely taking Sean Tucker. And if Elijah Surratt is like I think Surratt's a really good pick at that ADP as well. So these are the two picks I want right now. I want Likely or Tucker. Running back. Which one do I want more overall? Draft board 552223. I have a bunch of Tucker. We're gonna take Likely there. We're gonna play along with the script that I wrote earlier, where Likely makes sense to sign with the Commanders. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I don't necessarily require a 7th running back here. I just think that there's I think that at Sean Tucker there's a pretty big gap. So like, if we could get him back, that would be amazing. How dare you, Megatron? Hold on a second. I got something for you. There you go. That's what you get. I actually don't care. Like, if I cared, I wouldn't talk about it openly. I just think it's funny. And let's go Jonathan Brooks. And be done. So if Surratt's here, like, I don't need Surratt or Cooper on every single team. Oh, that's the official Shadur emoji. I was not aware. I learned something today. Like, is it just what people decided to use for him, or is it just something he used for a while and became synonymous with them? Like, what's the actual, like, story behind it? Curious. Oh, well, we don't get him. I think that's Coolers, right? Yeah, that was Coolers over there taking the vaunted Jerry Jeudy and Shadur Sanders stack. You take so something I've been doing is I'll take, like, on a Fanon team, like, and maybe this is stupid, but the few times I've taken Fanon, I've taken like a rookie wide receiver in that range, and then taken Fanon, because I think it's pretty likely that they take a wide receiver. Like, I think it's like 50-50 they take a wide receiver in the first. Okay, the watch celebration. Got it. Yeah, I forgot he does that. How many touchdowns did he have last year? Why can I not read this? Why am I an idiot? He had 7. So, like, in college, I don't remember. Like, I'm assuming he did do it in the pros, I'm not remembering it, but I do remember him doing that at Colorado. I did watch a couple Colorado games back then. So we'll go over, if you want me to go over your team, Megatron, let me know. I know Coolers doesn't really care. If he wants me to go over it, I will. I'll go over mine. Also, KY, if you would like me to review yours, say something as well. But we will be reviewing my team, and then Torrey Horton. Torrey Horton's one of the only players I have trouble taking Omar Cooper over. Mike Robb. I mean, we're going to go ahead and type in Cooper, who just went. I'm fine with that. We're going to queue him up, and then we're going to go look at tight ends. I don't have let's say Cade Otton. Cade Otton is also a free agent, also a potential guy that the Commanders could sign. So I have 2 free agent tight ends. Both have an opportunity to sign with them. And I've still only got 5 wide receivers, but Jalen Lane is completely free when you take Jaden Daniels. And I like a lot of these later wide receivers as well. Mims feels good. I don't know why Hollins is so much more expensive over here. I honestly don't think I've clicked Otton yet. Because I'm very, very in on Gunnar Helm, basically. I liked Gunnar Helm last year as a prospect. I wasn't worried about him hurting his foot and all. And we'll take Mims here. So Mims fits this really well because we have Amon-Ra, we have London, we have McMillan, we have Devontae, we have Concepcion, and then just a third or a 5th veteran. Definitely want one more receiver here. And then I kind of have a free pick. If I want to go 8 receivers, I can. If I want to add another quarterback, I can. Kyle Williams was another pick I could have made there. If he makes it back around, I'll probably just take Kyle Williams and then Jalen Lane. Helm Hive. That's right. Helm's production in college was undervalued. Everybody put the what's his name? The guy who played for the Longhorns that year and played for the Dolphins last year. Why can't I think of his name? I feel dumb because I know what it is. I'm sure somebody in the chat very soon is gonna say something. Texas QB 2024. Quinn Ewers. Everybody put the Quinn Ewers tax on all the wide receivers when they were getting drafted, but they never put the Quinn Ewers tax on Gunnar Helm. They never really signified, oh yeah, well Helm could just also be affected by the Quinn Ewers tax. And that's what I'm going to call it, the Quinn Ewers tax. Because, to be fair, Adonai Mitchell didn't work out until he got traded. Xavier Worthy, I think the jury's out after last year because, was he bad because he's bad or was he bad because he got hurt? So we still have to see if the Quinn Ewers tax is a real thing or not. But I think Gunnar Helm is going to prove that at least it's partially true. All right, so we got 2 more picks. Mac Hollins does go there. Kyle Williams would be fantastic. I know the Coolers like Kyle Williams, but I think he also said he's trying to diversify off of Kyle Williams a little bit. So we'll see what he does there. Is he going to go Jamari Thrash for the stack? Can we interest coolers in Jamari Thrash? No, Najee, the other person he's trying to get less of. Got it. All right, so we might get there. We have eight wide receiver. Yeah, we might actually get there with both of these guys. It'd feel pretty good to get the Kyle Williams stack here and then get the Jalen Lane. Like, I'm not even that worried about the Jalen Lane thing. Do I have any rookie receiver? I have Concepcion, so we're good there. Then we got the 2 rookie running backs. So we take Kyle Williams here, and then if we get Jalen Lane, we get Jalen Lane. If we don't, like, I need some more Mooney. I think it's pretty likely that he gets there. This is the kind of team I like Chris Bell on, where you don't need early production at all, because my first 4 rounds are wide receivers. So if I need early production from my 20th rounder, something's majorly wrong. Like, something's went wrong enough that the team sucks anyway. So Mac Jones, just so, like, so Megatron, are you aware that the Niners have said that they are going to keep him? By the way, just so you are aware, they've said that they are not up for trading old Mac Jones. Now, a team could offer him too much, and they just like, okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that. All right, so the team we have, and on DraftKings it's easier to do it from here. At quarterback, we have a 2-7-8-3. We have Drake May and Jade Daniels, double elite quarterback here. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra, Drake London, McMillan, Devontae Adams, Concepcion, Marvin Mims, Kyle Williams, and Jalen Lane. A lot of spike week ability on those 3 and with Concepcion, and then a very solid top 4. Tight ends, we have Harold Fannin, Isaiah Likely, and Cade Otton. That feels awesome. And at running back, I feel like we got there. It is thin, but I feel like we got there with 7. Manungai, Chuba Hubbard, Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Jonathan Brooks. So we're you're Law Win, aren't you? I forgot that you were Law Win. I knew that last year. I'll go. Running back room is Olsen twin thin. It is thin. It really is. Like, absolutely. Like, it requires a lot to go right. But we do have the handcuff in Carolina, right? So at least we have one. maybe like, he could still be hurt, right? Like, but I mean, we were like, I don't think taking Ramondre here makes this room just feel so much better either. Like, the entire thing was kind of up in smoke, just because I chose to not take Derrick Henry or Jeremiah Love at 16. I was actually, I mean, I guess you could say that I could have taken ETN there, but I'm kind of on ETN as maybe the worst, like, he's one of the worst picks on the board. But thanks everybody for popping out. I appreciate it. Smash the like, smash the sub. We're on our way out. Tomorrow we'll be back 4 p.m. Central. Thanks for listening. I'm going to hit the outro. After this, go there. That is PPR Tyler's stream. Give him a like, give him a follow. He's awesome content creator. And if you stick around till this video ends, please put a comment in there. It would help out tremendously. See y'all. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Hey, Taming souls indecent. Running drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire.